welcome to the Dartmouth Curling Club for the Good morning and welcome to the Dartmouth Curling Club for the second draw of the Nova Scotia Women's Scotties Championships. My name is Jeff Fitzgerald. I'll be providing some commentary and play-by-play for you this morning. Thanks for joining us on Bell Livestream. This morning we have Colleen Jones from the Mayflower Curling Club going up against Julie McEvoy from the Halifax Curling Club. We're about midway through the first end here, so we'll try to get you up to speed. Colleen's team is throwing the blue rocks, and Julie's team will be throwing the yellow rocks. So as we sit here in the first end, Colleen is sitting 1 at the back 12. We're at 8 rocks right now. This is Jen Krause throwing for Julie. Camera in the first end here belongs to Colleen Jones. So Julie will be looking to maybe keep this a little clean for the first end, a couple ends I think. Both teams might be just sort of in a fielding out process to get used to the ice and see how much curl they're going to get here for the next 2.5 hours. So as we see, there's nothing in the house right now. There's a yellow rock just outside the rings. Little different lineup here for Colleen's team. She's the skip of the team, but she throws the third rocks, and her mate Kim Kelly throws the final 2 rocks for her. Little strategic change that Team Jones has been going with this year. Looks like Colleen will be trying to draw around those corner guard. She's looking to peel off that yellow rock that belongs to Julie McEvoy, so not to give Julie a chance to bump that up and try to get in there for a steal. Hit and roll, and Colleen just rolls just a little bit too far. Julie will ask Jen to try and come around that corner guard on the left side of the rings. See if she can either try to steal one or maybe force Colleen to take one here in the first end. Other games on the go today, we have Tanya Hilliard playing Teresa Breen. Kristen McDermott is playing Kathy Michaelton-Jones. And last year's champion, Marianne Arsenault, is playing Jill Brothers. There should be some great curling here this morning. Sorry, Mary, did I say Mary Michaelton Driscoll? Sorry, I got Mary's name mixed up. It was a nice draw by Jen Krause there to come around the guard. It's a little, probably about half exposed maybe, but looks like Colleen is going to try to raise hers and try to make the takeout on the run. Colleen is presently at 1-0. She won her first round game last night. And Julie's 0-1. She took a loss in the first draw. Here's the shot by Colleen, and she just missed the raise. So Julie's sitting 1. Looks like she's probably going to be throwing up a guard there, try to protect that. All the games are currently in the first end. This week's champion gets to represent Nova Scotia at the National Scotties Tournament of Hearts, which would be held in Sydney, Nova Scotia later on, I believe, next month. So really a chance for the for essentially a hometown team to get up to Sydney and play in front of their provincial fans, try to bring home a national championship. Here comes Julie's attempt at a guard. Great sweep by Julie's team. Oh, they brought it in deep. Now they bumped it into the house. Little deep, came in and topped up their own. They're now sitting 2. Julie's team consists of lead Jill Thomas, second Sheena Moore, third is Jen Krause, and of course Julie's the skip. Colleen's team is led by Julia Coulter, second's Mary Sue Radford, Kim Kelly, and of course the well-decorated Colleen Jones. As I stated earlier, here comes Kim Kelly throwing skip rocks for Colleen. It's her first of 2. Looks like she's going to be trying to run double here, try to get rid of the McEvoy Yellowstones. Ladies laying a broom to it. There comes one. Here it comes, and just off the nose of that second one. So McEvoy still sitting 1. She has a couple of options here. She can try to draw in and sit 2. And either force Colleen to 1 or try and pick up a steal, or she could throw a guard on that one and really put the pressure on Colleen to try and get her 1. But the problem with the guard is if they don't make that guard, then that leaves Colleen the chance to blank the end. So it looks like they're going to be coming into the house to sit 2. Try to force Colleen into taking her 1. Don't want to leave this shot too high in the house, because that could leave Colleen a chance for the angle double and blank. Well, no, she wouldn't blank the end because she has a blue rock in the house. So there you go. The last thing you want to do is leave Colleen a double that she could score her deuce. So I suspect this one will come deeper into the house, try and sit 2, and put the force on Colleen. Rushers aren't really laying the broom to it right yet. As it approaches the house, there we go. And they're going to take that back and make sure they sit 2. Beautiful shot, right on the back 4-foot. Force Colleen to take the 1 here. She can make the shot. Or Kim can make the shot, that is. They can either try the draw or the hit. Looks like they're taking ice to play the nose hit and stick for 1. So we'll see what Kim Kelly can do with this. Colleen and Kim go back a long ways, as any curling fans in Nova Scotia will know. They've won many provincial championships, many nationals, and of course a 2-time world champion as well. So they know their way around a curling rink for sure. Last rock of the first end on the way for Kim Kelly. Looks like she's pretty good. Right on the nose. Team Jones picks up their 1 on the first end. Good end for Julie McEvoy. Get the force Colleen. They've taken her 1. Now they can dig a hammer in the second end. After the first draw of the Scotties, we had Arsenault, Brothers, Jones, and McDermott all with 1 victory. Breen, Hilliard, McEvoy, and Mucketon Driscoll at 1 loss. So after all games have finished their first end, see Hilliard has a 2-0 lead on Breen. The first end was blanked between McDermott and Michael Driscoll, and the same for Brothers against Arsenal. So you are up to date after one end. Lead rock for Team Jones, Julia Coulter. Looks like Colleen's asking for this one to come right into the house. Early in the game is not being as aggressive. I think later on in the game you'll see those first rocks, depending on the score of the game, of course, but out in front of the house. And Julie steps up and asks to have that rock removed. Mission accomplished. The rock is gone. Thrown by Jill Thomas. Colleen will ask Julia to remove that rock and stick around. Looks like a miss from Julia. Look, just get a little piece of that rock and bumped it over to the far side of the house. So McEvoy now sitting one. Gonna ask Coulter to, ask Jill Thomas to split the house. That's it two, and on their way to trying to get their deuce in this end. Very nice draw by Jill, right to the tee line. Colleen will take it back a little ways, but looks like right from the get-go, Thomas has draw weight in her hands. Asking Coulter to come down and hit this rock, hopefully stick around and be shot rock. Force Julie to come over and keep playing this. And in Colleen's mind, if she gets a roll out, then at least she can get back to either having another clean end or trying to pick up steal. Sheena Moore throwing second stones for Julie McEvoy. Nice delivery, nice rock, hit stick. McEvoy sitting two. Couple options for Colleen here. She could play a hit on the one that Julie just threw, which is she's going to do, but she could also play the hit on the other rock and maybe try to roll over across into the house and try and group the stones together. Make it a little tougher to get rid of her stone for Julie, but they decided to go with the other option and playing the nose hit on the shot rock, and Mary Sue. Nice hit and roll towards the center line. Julie will ask Sheena to do the exact same thing. Try and hit and stick. If she can roll towards the outside a little bit, that'd be even better. Right on the nose. And as they keep hitting this rock on the nose, exchanging hits, you see the rock keeps getting higher and higher in the house. So now when you hit it, you're going to be in front of the tee line as opposed to behind the tee line. And if Colleen successfully hits this, I suspect she'll want to try to roll toward the center line a little bit. Looks like she flared it out a little bit. Getting a roll the other way. Still sit for a shot rock, but not exactly what she was hoping for there. First rock coming up for Julie McEvoy's third is Jen Krause. She'll be looking for a nose hit here. Relatively clean in, but here comes the shot. Ladies aren't laying a broom to it. Hoping for a little bit of curl here. It looks like might be a little outside. Here she comes. Nope, came across the face of it real nice. There you go. And McEvoy sitting two again. Working this rock with Colleen, trying to keep the curl to low. And nice hit and roll by Colleen Jones. Right to the center line, sitting one, back 4 foot. Trying her best to get those rocks grouped together a little bit. Julie will be asking Jennifer again to make this hit and hopefully roll to the opposite side of the house. Looks like he's starting to curl on them a little bit. Right on the nose. And covering the pin almost perfectly. Yeah, look at that. Right on the dot. Up to Kim Kelly to take her turn at making a hit on McEvoy Stone. That one little miss earlier in the end by Coulter, allowing McEvoy to be set up for her deuce here in the second end. Kelly, great delivery. And right on the nose, not a stitch of movement, so. Julie will try to hit this and certainly roll to the wings a little bit. Split the house and sit two. Certainly trying to avoid a rollout here. If she rolls out, then that would give Colleen the chance to hit the other yellow stone and either force Julie to one or try to get a blank. But the second end here, Julie would certainly like to get her deuce. Turn the hammer over to Colleen for end three. Rock going away. Looks like it was a little narrow. Ladies are really working it. Starting to cross that center line, getting some curl to it. Look at that. They kept it nice and straight, right on the beak. So now with that rock being a little bit higher in the house, just in front of the 4 foot, Kim Kelly will try to make the hit on it. If she can roll over to that other yellow one, just, if she can just get in front of it, just sit. It'll be a much tougher shot for Julie to get her deuce. And you can see Colleen's taking ice right on the edge of the yellow rock, hoping for about a half a rock curl, I would think, here to try and get that roll. Here comes the rock, last rock for Kim Kelly here in the second end, starting to come across that center line. There we go, there's a hit, and there's the roll just over the back side of that yellow one. Just a little less curl, just to hit that rock a little fuller so that it gets in on top of that other yellow one, or take it out altogether. And we have Julie McEvoy with an open draw to get her deuce here in the second end. Clock's dropping on the way. Ladies check their watches. A little broom to it. Make sure she gets there. And I think they're going to be really happy with that. Nice draw by Julie right to the back forefoot. She gets her deuce. And she takes the 2-1 lead here after the second end. Our start of the third end here at the Dartmouth Curling Club for the Nova Scotia Scotties Tournament of Hearts. We have Colleen Jones and Julie McEvoy. Julie's up 2-1 here playing the third end. Colleen will have the hammer this end. First rock on the way by Julie lead Jill Thomas. Like they're starting that aggressive curling as opposed to bringing that first rock into the house. Julie left it out front for a center line guard, so the game is on, as they say. As Colleen asks Julia Coulter to draw around that into the top forefoot. Really nice shot by Julia Coulter there, coming around that guard. About half buried. Julie will ask Jill Thomas to see if she can pick that out. Rock's on his way. Sweepers aren't laying a broom to it. Here comes Sheena Moore throwing. Putting a broom to it. Looks like that might just be a little bit wide. That's exactly what's happening. Jill got a little bit outside on that one and flashed it now. Gives Colleen a chance to throw a rock in the top of the house and sit two. And she could always split the house here if she wanted to too, but it would still leave both of the rocks exposed. So this way she throws a guard up there and try to put some pressure on Julie here. The New Holland Canadian Junior Championships are taking place in Prince Albert, Saskatchewan all this week. Nova Scotia is being represented by two very good teams. On the men's side, Graham Weagle, and on the women's side, defending world champion Caitlin Jones. Last look, I believe Caitlin was 3-1, and I believe the boys were 2-1. So hoping for some really good results out there. Really nice shot by Julia there. See Julie up there looking to see if she can actually, if it's actually in the house or not. New this year is the 5 free guard zone has now been expanded to 5 rocks. So any of the first 5 rocks that are not in the house, between the hog line and the house, cannot be removed from play. They can be hit, they just can't be removed. That one there looks like it's not in the house, so Julie won't be able to remove it, and if she were to tap it at all, it would definitely be in the ring, so she's avoiding that altogether. Gonna try a little interim draw here for Sheena and see if she can try and draw in behind that rock that's on the top, the back, top 8 foot, back, top of the 4 foot. Seems to be a little wide, but it's coming over now, and front end is working it, trying to get her past that blue rock. And they just came up just a little bit short. Colleen's still sitting too. That rock is about 85–90% exposed, so Colleen will ask Mary Sue to take that out. Maybe roll to the wings, hit 2. That rock that's up front is really going to be trouble for Julie. She doesn't. She's going to have to do something with it once we get into that after the 5th rock. Controlling that 4-foot center line is really important. And right now, Colleen has control of it. This rock, she looks like that's just getting a little outside. She's going to hit it, but looks like she's going to roll out. Colleen's working the other to get her back out the back of the house. She does it. So. Julie asked me to get rid of that front one and probably run it back and try to make the run double if she can. Let's sit right there. The optimum shot from McEvoy here. But certainly want to move that one off the center line for sure. Give protection to that rock in the 4-foot here. So the rock on its way. Just by the guard, and she makes the raise double. Great shot by Sheena. And it looks like Colleen's going to try and return the favor and just clear those 2 off the front. So she could have been really aggressive and try to draw around those 2. And oh, here comes Kim Kelly going down the ice for a little strategic conference. Right now, Colleen's thought is to clear those 2 and keep the front of the house and the house itself clear right now. She might be waiting for a better opportunity to try and go in and get her 2. If those were her guards out front, she certainly would be going around. They belong to Team McEvoy. You don't want to leave those around for her to either go around or to raise in later on. So she's asking maybe should we get rid of those 2. Keeping it clean for the time being. Looks like she's a little outside. She's gonna get, She got 1 anyway. She made contact with both stones, but the lead stone is still sitting just outside the rings. So Julie will ask Jennifer Krause here she's gonna ask her to draw to the open side of the house. to date on the other games. Teresa Breen got 2 in the second. She's tied it up with Hilliard 2-all. Kristen McDermott picked up a big three in the second end against Mary Michaelton Driscoll. And Marianne Arsenault has got 1 in the second end, so she's up 1-0 on Jill Brothers. All the games are firmly into their third end here this morning, so clicking along at a pretty good pace. So that rock by Jennifer Krause ended up right on the center line, just biting the button, and Colleen's going to come down to it and certainly remove it, maybe try and get a roll to the wings a little bit behind that yellow rock. There's the hit, there's the roll. And just a little further than she wanted, but certainly still in the rings. Julie's got to make a decision here as to whether she wants to draw or play the hit on that one. She decided to play the hit, so. Jennifer Krause playing the in-turn hit, going away from the center line. A lot of curl here. And she got just enough of it, and she rolls out. So house is empty. Here's Colleen try and get her deuce. So she's going to try and draw around that yellow stone, that yellow guard. Probably try to put it on that 4-foot line. Maybe just biting the 4-foot. Comes the draw. The front end for Jet 2 Jones really working the rock, trying to get it to the house. Looks like it might be a bit light. Here comes Kim Kelly to give them a hand. 3 of them trying to draw that rock into the rings. And they do, but it's just biting the 12-foot. Julie will try to remove that stone where it's, almost totally exposed, so. Rocks on the way from Julie. Coming across the center line. It looks like she's just going to get enough of it. She's roll out herself. So Colleen will ask Kim Kelly to try and come around that guard again. If she can get it in there, put some pressure on Julie, because Colleen's certainly looking to get her to this end, so. Good throw from Kim Kelly. She's probably one of the best throwers, certainly in the history of this province, and one of the best throwers in the world in her heyday. Looks like she's come up a bit light here, though. Colleen's jumping out there to try and give Julia a hand to get that rock. They got it almost same place as Colleen's second, just biting the 12-foot there. So Julie will try to hit this, and she'd like to stick around, roll over into the rings to try and force Kim to hit and roll out to blank the end, and maybe they catch a break and Kim knows it, and they could force Colleen Jones into taking one. But First things first, we gotta hit this. And if they can stick around, great. If they roll away, well, it's not the end of the world, but I'd certainly like to stick around after hitting this rock. Definitely got the hit. And the roll, and it looks like she's going to roll just a bit too far. Yeah, so this will be a free shot for Kim Kelly to throw it through the house. They'll probably take a turn here if they haven't thrown a little piece of the part of the ice they haven't been to yet to see just what the curl is like, what the speed is like. And here comes the throw through. Julie will just keep her clean. You just don't want anything strange to happen out there where it picks up a piece of dirt or something and then stopped in the ring. So there you go. 3 ends in the books here at the Dartmouth Curling Club. Second draw of the Scotties Provincial Championships. Colleen Jones trailing Julie McEvoy by a score of 2-1, but she retains the hammer as we move on to the 4th end. Thanks for joining us this morning here on Bell Live Stream. It's a great chance to see the best curlers in Nova Scotia trying to win the provincial title. This week here at the Dartmouth Curling Club, besides the Scotties, we have the men's Deloitte Tankard taking place. They've had 1 draw in the books. And we have Jamie Murphy, Chad Stevens, and the brothers, Kendall and Stuart Thompson, all with one win in the first draw. Ian Fitzgerald-Blom, Brett McDougall, Mackenzie, and Kevin Willett all took a loss in the first draw, so they're 0-1. Men's second draw will be coming up here today at 2 o'clock, so be sure to tune in for that. See the best men's curling in the province. Tim Hortons Briar this year is going to be taking place out in Brandon, Manitoba. That'll be March 2nd to 10th, so the championship men's team from this event will be heading out there to represent Nova Scotia. And of course, the winner of our Scotties Provincials here today, or this week I should say, representing Nova Scotia at the Canadian Scotties at Sydney, Nova Scotia on February 16th to the 24th. So you have the chance to head up there for that week. It'd be a great opportunity to see the best women's curling in Canada. Here we are, start of the 4th end. Colleen Jones rock for Julie Coulter's in the house there, so Julie's asking Jill Thomas to remove that. Sit right there, which she does as planned. This end is starting out the same way the second end started out, with some hits. Last time Colleen asked for this hit from Julia, she just flashed it and just ticked the McEvoy stone over to the edge of the ring, so we'll see if she has a little more success this time around. Kim Kelly working that stone. Looks like she's got it bang right on the nose. Very little movement, good shot. Here we go to first rock for Sheena Moore into the lead. First rocks of the seconds on each team. So far it's shaped up to be a pretty clean end, which, you know, Colleen was certainly waiting for an opportunity to try and pounce and get her deuce here. She'd love to get her deuce here and keep the hammer in the even ends. 10-end game here, so if you can maintain that hammer in the even ends, it's a great advantage. Sue's first rock at the end on the way, looking for a hit. Making the hit and getting a little roll to the wings, which is exactly what they want. Just sticking around. Nice rock for Colleen to get out to the wings there. This will change the angle for Sheena on her delivery. You never know. Julie's asking Sheena to take this rock out. Obviously, she'd like to stick around here. Force Colleen to play out to the wings a little bit. From the shot, it's going over nicely. She's going to get the piece. Get a roll. She's going to stick around. Colleen's working it. No, doesn't stick around. So no rocks in play here. Halfway through the fourth end. Colleen will have Mary Sue to throw up the corner guard now. So we go from what was looking like a relatively clean end. Colleen's going to try and go on a little aggressive here and put her guard out front and see if she can work with that later on. Really nice draw from Mary Sue. Get that guard out front. And if Julie really wanted to be defensive here, she could peel that guard to not give Colleen a chance to go around it later, but she's going to draw to the open side of the house and try to force Colleen to that side of the sheet. Try to keep Colleen away from using that guard that she just threw up. So. Weight from Jennifer Krause here. Sheena and Jill just bringing it right back to the top 4 foot. Colleen will try to hit that now. Try to get a roll in behind her own guard there. On the way, Mary Sue's trying a little angle sweeping here, trying to get that to keep that rock a little straighter. No, right on the beak. So that not the intended result for Colleen. She really wanted to get that hit and roll behind her rock. Now Julie will try and hit that and roll the other way. Little game of cat and mouse here between the two teams. Obviously, Colleen wants to get behind her stone, and Julie doesn't want her to. So, all the while keeping Colleen's rocks out of the house. So, really nice delivery by Jennifer Krause there. Hit and roll over to the open side. You know, making the roll even a little longer for Colleen. So. She's certainly going to try that again. She's got that guard out front. She really wants to utilize that. Don't want to let that go to waste, so. Rocks on the way. Looks like they're getting more curl out of this sheet than anticipated. That's twice now that Colleen's rocks have over curled on her, and ended up with a nose hit as opposed to the desired hit and roll. So comes Julie's first rock here with the fourth end, delivering the Yellowstones. Gonna try an in-turn hit on that rock, and she'd like to sit right there. You don't want to. There's not much room for her to roll to the outside without rolling out of the rings, and she certainly doesn't want to do that. She really doesn't want to roll the other way to give Colleen the chance to hit and roll behind her own rock. So nose hit would be the preferred result here for Julie McEvoy. Oh, looked like she was down a bit weight on this one. The sweepers are really working it. Really working it. And it looks like, oh, she just got a piece of it and flashed it off, bounced off. And big break for Colleen Jones here on the fourth end. Chance to draw around her own guard, sit two, and that's all it takes at this level, just that little bit of miss, and opens the door for your opponent. These ladies are the best curlers going, so you really can't afford to even make the smallest of mistakes, because your opposition will definitely pounce on it. So here's Colleen giving Kim the shot to come around that guard. Sit two. Shots on the way from Kim. Tweet and Coulter working on it. And here comes Mary Sue. Okay, Mary Sue jumps in. Trying to get a little more curl on that one. I'd like to bring it behind the card, but it's not the end of the world as long as they don't leave Julie a double here. You know, she does have a thin double there. If she really hits it just right, she might be able to get both of them. Sheet B next to us right now. Hilliard's leading Teresa Breen 3-2 here on the fourth end, but Teresa, it looks like she's sitting 4 right now. So Tanya's got some guards out front, so Tanya's got a tough shot here to try and wiggle out of this mess, considering that Breen also has the hammer in that game. So just called the timeout just to talk to their coach to see what advice he can give them. Here comes the rock on the way from Julie McEvoy back to our game. Made the hit and just hit it too thick, didn't get the roll she wanted, so this will leave a nose hit for Kim Kelly to give Team Jones their deuce and see if they can take the lead. Rocks on the way from Kim. Oh, they decided to play the draw actually as opposed to the hit, so Kim being one of the best drawers in the game. Here comes Colleen, they gotta drag it to the 8-foot, and they did that with success. So there you go. There's the deuce for Colleen Jones. Here on the fourth end, she gets her 2, so she takes the 3-2 lead to the 5th end. Really nice draw by Kim Kelly. That draw weight could come in handy later on in this game, that's for sure. So looks like we're a little ahead of the rest of the games. We're ahead of starting our 5th. The rest of the games are still finishing up their fourth. So beautiful facility here in Dartmouth, Dartmouth Curling Club. 5-sheet arena. Get the chance to drop down if you're in the area. Drop down and see some of the curling live. It's a great chance to see the top curlers in our province going at it, trying to win a provincial title. $5 at the door to get in per draw. Really great value to come down and support our provincial curling. All right, fifth end underway here on Bell live stream. Thanks for joining us wherever you are. It's 10 o'clock here in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. First rock from Julia Coulter on the way. Looks like that's going to slip into the house. Top 4 foot, so looks like Colleen's going to try and force Julia to bring the play into the house, and that's exactly what she will do. Ask Jill Thomas to get rid of that. Nose hit, sitting right there. Colleen's asking Julia to do the same thing. Hit that and stick right to it. Looks like it's curling on her a bit. Did she get a piece of it? No, just a hair. Rolled on through, so early break here in the fifth end for Julia McEvoy. Great shot on sheet B by Tanya Hilliard there. She was in trouble. It's really nice big weight hit through a port to sit one. Really nice shot. Stone here on the way from Team McEvoy. Looks like they're going to slip in the rings just a little bit. I think Julie could actually call it for a corner guard on that one, but it's a little deep, so Colleen will ask Mary Sue to hit that one that was just delivered, maybe roll over on top of the other one so they can sort of take control of the 4-foot line. Here comes the hit. Not much roll. I think there's I'm getting a lot more curl even on those big weight shots than I think these curlers are expecting. So Sheena's being asked to remove that rock. And probably sit right there, I would think. Weights up a bit on that one. They're going to get the curl they've been getting all game. They're getting it. We get a piece of it. Is she going to stick around? Yes, she will. They'll roll over to the wide side of the house and sit 2 for Team McEvoy. That's exactly what they were hoping for there. Colleen will ask Mary Sue to hit this one and see if she can roll over on top of that other yellow one just to make it a little more difficult for Julie to get rid of. like they're getting some curl on that one. There's the hit, and she's stuck right there. So Jones sitting one right now, but it's wide open. McEvoy will ask Sheena Moore to hit that, maybe roll to the other side of the house now. Doesn't want to hit this too thin though, because there is a chance for a jam on that back yellow one, so you want to avoid that. Easily done though. If you hit about half of the rock here, you'll get a nice roll to the wide side of the house. So rock's on its way. Sweepers are really pounding it there, trying to keep it straight. Get a hit, and nice little roll to the open side of the house. So we'll try to hit that and roll back to the other side. I mean, had a lot of that going on this game, just trying to get that rock in the right position, put more pressure on the opponent, but nobody seems to be able to get that perfect roll yet. So looks like they're going to keep trying. Beautiful shot on sheet B by Teresa Breen there, in off on a yellow rock that was outside the rings. Beautiful roll and hit and into the center line to rule a rock that was sitting around the button, so to pick up her deuce. Great shot. That last rock from Colleen Jones was a nose hit, so she sat right there. Didn't get the desired roll, so Julie Blash, Jennifer Cross to remove that rock and sit right there. Keep that rock as far away from the other rock as you possibly can. Good looker from Jennifer Krause. Looks like she's going to hit it right on the beat. Little roll, but she's sticking around. Great shot. McEvoy sitting two. So here we go again. Colleen will try to hit this, try to roll as far as she can across the house. Try and get as close to that other yellow one as she can. Trying to keep that rock straight. It's curling on them again. A lot more curl than anticipated. So nose hit. McEvoy still sitting one. That blue stone is just biting the 12-foot, so if they're going to avoid that altogether and just try to draw around it, sit two. Okay, all games have now finished their fourth end. We seem to be about a half an end ahead of everybody else, but Teresa Breen got her deuce on sheet 2, so she's up 4-3 against Tammy Hilliard. Over on sheet D, Krista McDermott picked up 2 in the fourth end. She leads Mary Michael Driscoll 5-2. And over on sheet E, Jill Brothers picked up a deuce in 4. So she tied Marianne Arsenault, defending champion, bronze medalist last year at the Canadian Scotties. Certainly probably the favorite here this week. Looking to repeat for sure. Great job there from Jennifer Krause. Came into the back 8. They're lined up parallel with her other Yellowstone. There's really no chance for a double. The only issue with that rock is it did slip behind the tee line, so if Colleen, we don't want it to be really aggressive, she could ask Kim Kelly to draw down to it. She's not though. She's looking for the hit, and maybe a little roll to behind their own. If they could hit and roll, still should be shot after this. Great result for Jones. It's on the way. They're just trying to get them a little more curl. So don't curl up as much as they thought. They're going to get the hit, and they're going to roll towards the center. So just a few inches the other side of the rocks, what they were looking for, to try and get that roll the other way. McEvoy now will hit that rock and sit too, and then Colleen can make a decision. I suspect she will not draw down to it. She'll try to play the hit, but first things first, we'll get Julie here to throw her rock and see if she can hit that and stick around. Definitely want to stick around here. You don't want to roll out. If you roll out, then Colleen has a hit on the other one, sit too, and that's not what Julie needs in this situation. She'd be looking at a force, being forced to take one. She definitely does not want that. On the way, Joel Thomas saying the weight's down a little bit. So seems to be coming over quite nice. Sheena Moore working it at the end. And a little roll behind. Not really behind that regard, but still behind the tee line. It's David Kelly again going to try to make the hit and try to roll behind their own and really put some pressure on McEvoy here. Rock on the way from Kelly. Julia Coulter really working the stone. Making trying to keep the middle straight. It's really starting to curl on her. They're going to get it. They're going to roll. They'll get the roll just a little too far, I think. Yeah, looks like McEvoy's still sitting one, so be an open draw for Julie here to get her deuce here in the fifth end. That rock was a great shot by Kim, just rolled just a little bit too far. And when I say a little too far, I mean maybe 3 or 4 inches at the most. If that stops 3 or 4 inches lighter, then Julie be really in a pickle. But there's a nice stand. She's got the open draw for her deuce. Draws on the way from Julie. Sheena and Jill working it there to make sure it gets there, just keeping it really, not really a heavy sweep, but more of a, just keeping it clean. And there it is, draw right to the 4-foot for Julie McEvoy. Great shot, great draw. So that's a 2 for Julie McEvoy here at the fifth end. So she'll take a 4-3 lead on Colleen Jones. We'll head to the fifth end break here at the Dartmouth Curling Club. We'll be back in about 5 minutes for the start of the sixth end. So take a quick break, grab another spot of coffee, and come on back and join us here at the Dartmouth Curling Club live on Bellstream. And welcome back to the Dartmouth Curling Club. Live stream here on Bell this morning. Start of the sixth end here between Colleen Jones and Julie McEvoy. Julie McEvoy picked up 2 in the fifth end to take a 4-3 lead, excuse me. First rock just delivered by Jill Thomas right to the top of the 4-foot. Colleen will ask Jill Coulter to get rid of that. Nice shot from Julia here, just to hit that right on the beak and sit right on the top of the floor, right in the 4-foot. Great morning here at the Dartmouth Curling Club. A little chilly outside, so if you can make your way down here, you step inside, a little warm viewing area here to watch the best women's curling in Nova Scotia happening right now. Nice little shot from Jill Thomas there to take care of the blue stone belonging to Team Jones and roll over to the wings. And Colleen will ask Julia Coulter to come down to that and just... Actually, she's not. She's playing the corner guard on the other side of the sheet, so here's the aggressive side of Colleen coming out. Colleen's been known as a really defensive curler over her career, but here she's going on the offense here in the sixth end, throwing out that corner guard. Trying to set herself up for her for 2 here. With that rock being in the free guard zone, Julie cannot hit it, so now she's looking to throw up a center line guard of her own. So that rock, that's totally open. Both teams really ignoring it. Colleen not hitting it, and Julie not interested in throwing up a corner guard there for Colleen to use later on. So she'll come to the center line, throw up a center line guard, and try to use that later on in the end herself. This rock's coming in a little deeper than she wanted, so she's going to bring her right into the 4-foot now. Colleen will ask Mary Sue to make the double now, I guess. All of the other games underway this morning here at Dartmouth Curling Club have reached the fifth end break. Tanya Hilliard, has taken a 5-4 lead on Teresa Breen. Mary Miketon Driscoll picked up one in the fifth. She still trails Kristen McDermott 5-3. And over on sheet D, Marianne Arsenault picked up a big 3 in the fifth end, so she's now leading Jill Brothers 5-2 at the fifth end break. Back to our sheet. Colleen just asked Mary Sue to make the double, and she did that. So Colleen now sitting 1 in the rings away from the guard, though that'd be the only drawback for Colleen at this point. There's the shot from Sheena Moore. Made the hit, but she rolled out, so that's the first break that Colleen was looking for this end. So now she'll ask Mary Sue to try to take advantage of that guard that she has up front and try to come in behind that. Rocks on the way from Mary Sue. Julia and Kim Kelly really working it to get it by that guard. They've done that. Now they're going to try and finish it with try and get some extra curl at the end of it there and try to bury it behind that guard. Really nice shot from Mary Sue. She's pretty much buried 100%, so Julie's going to have to make a decision what she wants to do. Looks like she's making decisions to draw down to it. Maybe later on to try and maybe use that rock later on of her own. As you can see behind the sheet, there's a time clock on. Each team has I believe it's 30 minutes to complete the game, and that's not shooting time, that's more thinking time. So that's the amount of time they have to make the decision to what shot to play. So as soon as the opposition rock comes to a rest, your thinking time begins. And as soon as your the rock thrower gets to the near tee line, that's when your clock stops. So that's not the game time. So it's not going to take just over an hour to play the game. So both teams are well situated time-wise to have enough time to finish the game in terms of thinking time. Which is why early in the game you probably have more hits than usual. I'd like to bank that time so that when it comes down to the critical times later in the game, they can take a little more time just to think about their shots. Each team also has the opportunity to call a couple of timeouts just to stop the clock, so that if they get into a really tense situation, then they can really take their time and make sure they make the right decision on a shot. That could be at a critical moment in the game. Here we are now on Julie asked Sheena to come down to a draw to that last one. She was a bit heavy, and what happened is she rolled out, but she just moved Team Jones' rock to the back of the ring, so still biting. And then Colleen just asked Mary Sue to hit that, and now she has done that, so now Team Jones is sitting two. So McEvoy is up against it right now. She's got hammer, but she's facing two Jones stones. So, sorry, Jones has hammer, sorry. Asking Jennifer Krause here maybe to make the double if she can get the right angle on that blue stone. There's the angle hit, and just missed the double. Yellowstone rolls over to the other side of the house. Really nice delivery there by Jennifer Krause, just so close to making that double. Unfortunately for Julie, her Yellowstone rolled to the other side of the house, so now if Colleen can hit and stick, then she's got two rocks on two separate sides of the house, so take that chance for the double away. But here's the throw from Colleen. Looks like it's curling a little bit on her, but they got it. Just a little roll, not too much, so Jones sitting two again. So this will be Julie McEvoy's first stone here on the sixth end. She'll certainly hit that rock that was just delivered by Colleen. She would love to roll over. Try and get those rocks grouped closer together, make it a little harder for Colleen to get rid of the Yellowstone. And it comes down to Kim Kelly's first rock here in the sixth end. Sorry. Rock's on the way from Julie. She's got a little good weight to it. I don't know if it's going to curl up enough for her to give her the roll that she wants, but she's certainly going to make contact. And she's going to sit right there, sitting one. No doubt Colleen will ask him to do the same. Here we are in the sixth end, which as we're into the back half of the game, keeping that hammer in those even numbered ends is a great advantage. So Colleen's one of the best at getting her deuce in those even numbered ends. So rocks on the way from Kim. Here's Mary Sue trying to keep it from curling too much. Bang, boom. Jones sitting 2. McEvoy's going to need a big break here to not give up the 2 to Colleen Jones. Deloitte Tankard happened here at the Dartmouth Curling Club at the same time. Men's second draw happened this afternoon at 2 o'clock, so if you have an afternoon free, come on down. Dartmouth Curling Club, $5 to get in the door. See the best curling going on in Nova Scotia. Ladies are back on the ice tonight at 7 o'clock, the third draw, so maybe if you're working today, come on down tonight. There's a miss from Julie McEvoy. She made contact with the Jones stone, but she rolled out, so returning the favor that Colleen gave to her at the last end. Open draw for 2 here for Kim Kelly, just got to hit the rings. Kim Kelly made this draw on the 4th end, so she knows the line, she knows the weight, so this with her experience, it shouldn't be too much of a testy shot at all. Just needs to hit the paint, but there's no doubt they're trying to hit the 4-foot so that they can know exactly what the ice is doing. So looks like she's come up a little bit light though. Her ladies are working it. There goes Colleen to give them a hand. 3 of them working it hard, trying to bring her into the rings. Looks close. Looks like they're going to have success. There you go. Teamwork. There's a team shot for you. Right to the 4. Right to the 4-foot. So 2 for Jones. And they take a 5-4 lead here in the 6th end. Great team shot there. The sweepers called for Colleen to come give them a hand, and they did it. They got it right to the 4-foot. So may have gotten into the paint on its own, but they really want to know exactly what that weight is and what that curl is to get to the 4-foot. As we get later into this game, that weight and that draw weight could become critical for any one of the members of the team, especially Kim and Colleen, where they're throwing the back end shots. So. So we hit the 7th end here between Team Colleen Jones, Team Julie McEvoy. Thanks for joining us on Bell live stream this morning. 10:30, Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. You're just up and about. Grab a coffee, sit back and enjoy. First rock on the way from Julia Coulter, Team Jones. Looks like Colleen's asking her to bring this right into the 4-foot. Not going to mess around with any guards out front this end. There you go. Now 7th end now. We'll see what Julie McEvoy decides to do here. She could be aggressive and throw a corner guard up there, but no, she's decided to play the hit. So a little defensive mode here early in the 7th end, but we are getting into the late stages of this game, so you certainly don't want these to get away from you. And looks like Jill Thomas just missed through that one. That was a total flash. Not exactly what Julie McEvoy was looking for there. So opportunity for Colleen Jones to throw up now a center line guard, which she will ask Julia Coulter to do. So put some early pressure on Team McEvoy here in the 7th end. She tried. There's The throw by Julia coming in a little deep. Gonna be just touching the ring. So one mistake leads to another. So that'll allow McEvoy to hit that stone now. Give Julie Thomas here a chance to rebound from that first shot miss that she made. She can run this back, she can make a double, and then her rock can roll over into the free guard zone. It'll be a win-win if she can make this shot. Trying to coax that one over. Looks like it's hanging a bit on her. Just missed the double. And her rock rolls away. Back and forth we go. Colleen will ask Mary Sue Radford to replace that guard. But now that we are beyond, after this rock is delivered, we'll be beyond the 5 rock free guard zone. So McEvoy will be able to hit this regardless of where it finishes. Colleen doesn't want to leave it in a spot that's too easy to make the double though. So she'd probably prefer this to be a little higher than that last one, which is biting the 12. This one, you know, halfway between the hog and the house would be perfect on the center line. And there we go. Great rock from Mary Sue. She's got about probably 90% of that rock covered, I think. Well, maybe not quite 90, maybe more like half. So Julie's going to ask Sheena Moore to try and pick that rock off the 4-foot. And if she overcurls and picks off the guard, that's not the end. That's not a bad result either. How you miss sometimes is just as important as how you make. A bad miss here would be to flash and not hit anything. So you tighten up the ice a little bit and you make sure that you get one of those two. Preferably get that one in the back, but if you're not, there's a rock from Sheena Moore. That's exactly what happened. To tighten up the ice a little bit, but she did move that front guard. Didn't remove it from play, just moved it over about 3 feet to a corner guard, but that's something that Julie could use later on in the end if things happen to go her way. So Colleen will ask Mary Sue to replace that center line guard. Maybe just have it bite more of the center line this time than it did the last time. Try and take away the option from Julie to go after that rock in the house. Here's the rock from Mary Sue. Kim Kelly just letting the curls come in a little deeper than the last one. But nonetheless, I think she's covered up more of the stone this time than the first time, so may force Julie to play the hit on the guard. Look at, yeah, there we go. They're going to try the run on the guard. Yes, that guard still didn't curl as much as the last one, so you can only see a little less of that rock in the house. So instead of playing it too tight with like the hack weight there, they really want to throw like a control weight at this. So they didn't think that they could get to the back one with that kind of weight. So they're going to peel off that guard, and if they can make the run back, move the one off the 4-foot even better. But first things first, get rid of that guard. And here comes the curl, here comes the hit. Looks pretty close, and she just got it off nose. Almost stuck it. Great shot. Not a great, good result. Not the best, not the worst. Moved Colleen Jones' rock off into the side of the house into the half 8-foot, half 12. But it does leave the center line guard there that Moore just threw. So Colleen will try to utilize that and go around to the center line. Great opportunity here for Jones to put a force on McEvoy, or maybe even steal him if the opportunity arises. Looks like she's come up light on this draw though. Here comes Kim Kelly out of the house to help out Coulter and Bradford. Bradford drops off. Coulter and Kelly trying to drag it into the house, and they came up just short. Opportunity now Julie to ask Jennifer Krause to maybe draw to that center line. Now those two rocks up front are now staggered. If Krause can get one into the 4-foot here behind, might be the opportunity switching the other way. Maybe McEvoy can look at getting her deuce again. It's a back and forth kind of game. Nobody really seems to be able to take control of it. Just missing by just a little bit. Here comes Jennifer Krause, getting close to that guard. The front end is really working it. Looks like she's through. She got the right weight. They're hanging it, and they're dragging it into the top of the 4-foot for shot. Great throw by Jennifer Krause. Great sweeping by Moore and Thomas to drag that into the 4-foot. Krause gets a great result. Probably the score for the team is probably going to give her a full 4 points for that one. Now it's forcing Jones into more of a touch shot, so she's going to try and drive her own blue one back onto that one. Where that rock stop for Jennifer Krause was in front of the tee line, so even if Colleen were to come down to it, it wouldn't do much for her because Krause would still be shot. Here goes Colleen to have a little talk with Kim Kelly about exactly what they want to do here. This rock is certainly more about line than weight. Obviously you want to get the right weight to get that rock back to the center line, hit that yellow stone, but the angle of hitting that blue one is certainly the first and most important thing to do. Certainly don't want to angle it and miss everything. You give Julie McEvoy a chance to draw another one in there, and then you'd be really getting in a pickle. So Colleen will take her time here, go through her pre-shot routine. And the rock's on the way. Looking for an angle run back here to get rid of that yellow stone that's on the 4-foot. And maybe leave her own there. Calling the sweepers off. Oh, another back on here just by the guard. Great shot by Colleen Jones. Angle shot. Hey, got rid of the yellow one. Blue one sticks around. Just rolled out into the open a little bit there for McEvoy to hit, but mission accomplished. Get rid of the yellow rock off the 4-foot. You know, a shot would have been just a sticker blue one right there behind cover, but she'll certainly be happy with that. Now Julie McEvoy will ask Jennifer Krause to come down to that one. She should be able to hit that and maybe get a little inside roll into the 4-foot. Force Jones into making the similar type shot that they just made. So this is a touch shot for Jennifer Krause. So you hit it and you roll the other way. That'll give Jones the opportunity to hit and roll back in. So this is a tough shot. You really want to make sure it's by that front guard. The sweepers are really working it. If it gets onto that front guard, it could be in trouble. Just by the guard with the hit. Nice shot by Jennifer Krause. Little inside roll, biting the 4-foot. Now she's hitting shot. There's really no run back opportunity here for Colleen now because of the angle. She'll ask Kim Kelly to pick that one out, and she'll have to roll to the wings. I don't think you can get to the inside of that one and get any roll. Not judging by how tight Jennifer Krause's stone came to that guard, so. But if anyone can do it, she's got the right person throwing, Kim Kelly. And the rock's on the way from Kim Kelly. Sweepers are on and off, they're back on. And she's just by the guard and she hit it on the outside. Did she get enough of it? Didn't get it quite enough of it. just pushed the McEvoy back stone to the back of the 4-foot. More in the 8-foot than 12-foot, but opportunity for McEvoy to jump in and get her deuce here in the 7th end. So now, mind you, it is wide open. There's a big hole there for Kim Kelly to come down to and hit it with her next one if she wants. But McEvoy with a golden opportunity here to get her deuce. Here's Julie McEvoy's first rock here at the 7th end. Trying to draw one in around the center line guard. Get her into the 4-foot and sit her deuce at 2. Sweepers are right off of it. Line looks great from here. It's getting tight though. Getting tight. Did they leave it too long? No, they did not. Nice sweep, nice call in line. Great call by Jennifer Krause in the house there on the line call for that shot. I was so close to the guard, but they got it by and they were able to drag it right into the 4-foot. So Jen Krause, great shot. Julie McEvoy's hitting 2. Gonna force Colleen to get Kim to play the hit on that stone. That's wide open. They might be able to get a full roll into the 4-foot and sit one and behind cover. That's a real touch shot. So first things first here to get rid of that yellow one so that you're not giving up any potential for a 3-ender here. And comes the rock from Kim Kelly. Big backswing. Don't see a whole lot of that anymore these days, but Kim certainly has one. And there, on his way, coming through the hole. They're gonna get a hit. They're gonna get the roll. There's the hit, and there's the roll, right to piece the button. Great shot by Kim Kelly, but it's still relatively open for Julie McEvoy to come down. She only has to move it less than a foot to get her deuce. So at this point in the game, this is the kind of shot that you have to make as skip. You can't let this kind of opportunity slip by. McEvoy has a chance for 2 to take the lead. Getting late, 7th end. Can't afford to make contact with this and roll away and get just 1. That would be a huge victory for Colleen here in the 7th. So Julie's played the game for a long time, so I suspect that this is going to be right in her wheelhouse, and I don't think the pressure of the shot's going to phase her too much. That's on the way. Looks. Here it comes. They're getting close to that guard again. Did they leave it too long this time? They did. Still, they just left it just a little long. So huge miss there from Julie McEvoy. Steal the one for Colleen Jones. She goes up 6-4 here after 7 ends. That was a bit tight. I think they didn't get they had the sweep, but they backed off. I think they were trying to duplicate what Julie did with her first ride there and just paper that guard, but didn't quite happen for them this time. So steal the one for Colleen Jones, 6-4 after 7 ends. Bring you up to date on the other sheets. Sheet B, we have Teresa Breen got 2 in the 6. She's up 6-5 on Tanya Hilliard, playing the 7th end. Over on sheet C, Krista McDermott picked up 2 in the 6th end against Mary Miketon Driscoll. She's now up 7-3, playing the 7th. And Marianne Arsenal stole 1 in the 6th end against Jill Brothers. So Marianne's up 6-2, playing the 7th end. So between Brothers and Micah Driscoll. They're up against it here in their 2 games, playing the 7th end. So need some big comebacks there in those 2 games for those 2 teams. Micah Driscoll still hasn't got a win, so that'll be a big hill for her to climb to get back. Jill Brothers had a win last night, so 8 teams here at the Scotties. Everybody plays a round robin, and the top team, after those 7 games, top team goes to the final. Second, third place teams play in the semifinal for a chance to get to the final and see if they can represent Nova Scotia at the National Scotties in Sydney, Nova Scotia. So first rock of the end delivered by Julia Poulter for Team Jones. Came into the house full 8-foot, which is exactly where Colleen wanted it. She doesn't want anything out front right now. And here's Julie McEvoy, knowing that she's under a lot of pressure here late in the game, 8th end, avoiding that rock that's in the house, asking Jill Thomas to throw up a corner guard, which she's done. Came up a little light, but still, it's a guard nonetheless that Julie might be able to use later on in this end. Now Colleen will ask Julia Coulter to throw up a center line guard and try to control that 4-foot line, which is so important in the sport of curling. Kelly and Radford working that rock, trying to get it to the center line, trying to get that last little bit of a curl out of it. Nice shot from Julia. Again, those 2 rocks are now in the free guard zone, so they really can't be removed. They could be hit, but Julie's decided that she's going to try and ask Jill Thomas to come around those 2 through the port and try to use their own guard that Jill just threw. So try to bury one there and try to. It's not all important to be shot right here. It's more important to be buried and be in the house. Moore and Krause really working it to get it by that guard. I don't know if they're going to get it by. And even if they do, I don't know if she's got the right weight. Oh, she's just on the guard. Things are going south here for Team McEvoy here in the last little bit, but we need to right the ship here to get back in this game with Jones. Lots of junk out front now. Colleen's going to try and probably put some more up, maybe come around that center line guard, maybe put a little more pressure on McEvoy. Here you see Bradford, first rock here of the 8th end. Jones throwing blue stones. McEvoy throwing yellow. Jones with a 2-point lead here playing the 8th end. McEvoy has hammer. For those of you that are new to the game, or some of the terms I've been saying here today, hammer would be the team that has the last rock of the end. Great rock by Mary. It's exactly where Colleen had placed her broom. She wanted the rock to finish. Julie's decided there's just a little too much junk out front for her right now. She needs to clear off some of those, so she's going to ask Sheena Moore to throw an up-weight hit here, and peel weight, I guess, if you will. She might get, on the angle of this hit, she might get 2 or 3 of those stones moving. Try to clear up, open it up for her for a draw later in the end. That one seems to be a little outside. I don't know if she's going to get anything. Just enough of her own to remove her own stone, but that's not the optimum shot. You really need to move that top blue one just to open up that ability to make a run later on in the end. So more of a half shot from Sheena as opposed to a full shot. now Colleen is asking Mary Sue Radford to get rid of that yellow stone, that yellow guard, so no opportunity for Julie to go around that anymore. Julie, looks like Julie's going to ask Sheena to remove that top yellow one again. And again, depending on the angle she hits this, she might get more than one rock optimum. But you definitely want your shooter to roll away. You don't want to leave that on the center line for Colleen Jones or create more damage for yourself, or more trouble for yourself later in the end. So, boom, boom. We got two of them moving, but again, left her rock high, so not the great result there for Team McEvoy. We're live this morning from the Dartmouth Curling Club. Nova Scotia Scotties Tournament of Hearts Provincial Championship. Winner will represent Nova Scotia at the National Scotties in Sydney, Nova Scotia. Later this month, later next month, I guess. The date, yes, February 16th to 24th. There's a shot coming down from Colleen Jones. We got Coulter and Radford really working it hard, trying to get it by. Finish that Colleen was looking for. She was hoping to come around that one, but now that rock is half open for McEvoy. McEvoy is scrambling now. She might be looking more to try and get those two rocks moving. Got to hit this pretty thin with pretty good weight to get them both out of the rings. Too thick and you'll miss that the back one, so. Yeah, if she were to nose that front one and just sit there, it's not a horrible result. You'd be able to use that rock later on in the end, but depends on how aggressive she wants to be. If she really wants to go for a deuce this end, or settle for the blank maybe. She does not want to take one or allow Colleen to steal one here. Rocks on the way from Crothers coming across the hog line. Looks like they're going to get them all moving. No, but not enough weight to get them all to anything out of the rings. They split them off the tee line, so off the center line, excuse me. But I'll leave Jones with a little bump option to bump that rock into the fourth with its button. Take away the hit and roll from McEvoy. Either one of those, both of those rocks are totally exposed. Coulter, here comes Radford. With Colleen Jones yelling in their ears, here it comes. Coming in for just looking for like T-line weight, T-line tap. A little heavier than she wanted. But she is sitting 3. Colleen Jones sitting 3 right now. Putting some big pressure on McEvoy here this end. Julie's asking Jennifer Krause to make a tough draw into the 4-foot area. Try and take advantage of that rock that Colleen just bumped up. It's behind the tee line, so if she can get into that 4-foot area, she could have some protection. Jill Thomas really working it. Sheena Moore jumping on there with her. Here it comes. Trying to get it by that blue guard. It's coming up fast. And they just got it by. Now it's better of weight. Into the hole. Great shot by Jennifer Krause. Great shot. She's just more, might be maybe a foot deeper than she really wanted it. Foot higher would be great. Reason being that rock is behind the tee line as well. So if Kim Kelly can manage to follow that rock down from Jennifer Krause and bump right up next to it, then it'd be really hard for McEvoy to get rid of it. So great shot by Krause. Not the A+ finish that they were looking for. But nonetheless, they are sitting one right now. It's just it's going to be McEvoy to get her deuce here, but hey, sometimes you got to bail and take your one as opposed to giving up the steal. So, but we'll see what happens. Rock on its way from Kelly. Doesn't seem like it's got the same curl as Krause's. It's out a bit further. Might be looking for a little wick off their own. Try and get the roll in. Got the wick. Didn't roll quite far enough. So now McEvoy sitting one. It's going to be, but she's surrounded by 4 blue ones, so those angles all favor Colleen right now. Unless, oh, and here comes the timeout from Team McEvoy. They're down to what, 11 minutes and 10 seconds of thinking time for the rest of the game, 8, 9, and 10, which should be plenty. Usually 4.5 minutes per end is more than enough. But they really need to take their time with this one. It's a critical point in the game right here. Down to in the 8th end with Hammer. She has 2 rocks left. What does she do? I believe their coach is Bruce Lonis, yes. 2005 Briar champion with Mark Dacey. You know, that blue stone that Kim Kelly just delivered is in a good spot for Team Jones. I mean, if Team McEvoy doesn't do anything with that, that can be promoted quite easily into the button area and give Jones total control. So unless there's a thin double there for McEvoy to move both of those blue ones, that's risky because if you don't get the angle right, then yourself. So timeout's over. Bruce has left the ice shed area. Umpire is ready to start time in again. And here we go. Time clock should start any second. There we go. Now McEvoy, looks like I think with that ice she's playing a thin double, trying to remove both of those blue stones, because both of those are in good spots for Jones. But she's got to make sure she gets the angle right. This is a big shot. Here comes rocks on the way. A little last second push there from McEvoy. I don't know if that turned it out or not, but they're not really laying a broom to it. Looks like she's going to hit it more on the outside than the inside. Oh, she did hit it inside. Rolled across the face of the other rock by Kelly. Just touched it a little bit, but there's the call from Kelly and Jones. They're going to play a little. I think they're going to play a little tap on that one, just bump it to the floor, into the button area, and I don't think McEvoy will have a whole lot left. If you're just joining us here at 11 a.m. on Tuesday morning, draw 2 of the Nova Scotia Scotties Championships here at the Dartmouth Curling Club. Team Jones playing Team McEvoy here. Team Jones is up 6-4 playing the 8th end. Team McEvoy has the hammer. Kim Kelly with the last stone for Team Jones here in the 8th end. Looks like they're going to play. Looks like they're trying to play a little tap. So Bradford and Coulter working at it, trying to get it, bring it in, trying to get it by that front guard. Looks like they're going to be by the guard. They're going to have enough weight to tap it up. That's the question. There it comes. They're really working it hard. They made the tap. Great shot by Kim Kelly. Great touch. Great touch. Looks like Team Jones is sitting one, I'd say, right now. Great shot by Kim Kelly. If McEvoy can get to the nose of him with really decent weight, she might be able to pop him through the hole and maybe have a chance for 3 here. If things go her way, she could pop that top blue one onto the blue one that's in the ring, in the button area. Sorry. The first blue stone, if she hits on the right angle, could roll the back blue stone, pop off the yellow one, roll out, and have the yellow one back onto the blue one. Have that roll out. She might sit there for 3. If she hits it, she's got to get almost to the nose of it, I would think, though, to make that happen. The 8th end, you know, she doesn't make this shot, then, you know, it's a steal of 1 for Jones. That's put her up 3 with 2 ends to go. That's against a team like Colleen Jones, that'd be a hard road to come back from. But this might be McEvoy's only chance, the opportunity, I should say, to get a multiple points. So sometimes you seize the opportunity when it comes to you. So it looks like exactly what she's going to do. She gets to the nose of that with the right weight. There's a 3 potential here for McEvoy. Depending on how that blue, the second blue struck stone hits that yellow stone in the back. She hits this rock too. She could jam the rock in and possibly give up a steal of 2. So she's really got to be. This is a really tough shot. This could go either way. Big shot here from Julie McEvoy. Last rock, 8th end. Little push there. It looks like it's a bit. Yeah. Sheena Moore trying a little directional sweepy, trying to get that curl up for them. I don't think she's going to get a piece of anything. Not at all. Oh, not at all. Steal of 1 for Colleen Jones. Big change. Well, they're looking at it. Kraus says it's blue, so that's what it is. Steal of 1 for Colleen Jones here in the 8th end. She takes a 7-4 lead. That was a great end to curling. Great strategic, great shot throwing. Jones takes control. Quick update on the other sheets. Hilliard and Breen, it's 6-5 for Teresa Breen. They blanked the 7th end. On sheet D, Kristen McDermott stole on Mary Mike Driscoll. She's up 8-3, playing the 8th. And Jill Brothers picked up one in the 7th against Marianne Arsenal. So it's Arsenal 6, Brothers 3 playing the 8th end, and Marianne would have the hammer in that game. So looking over at her, you know, Jill Brothers sitting one right now, but with shot, she's going to draw in for 2. So you don't know what's going to happen over there. We're on sheet C here at the Dartmouth Curling Club. Colleen Jones playing Julie McEvoy. 7-4 lead for Colleen. Julie McEvoy will have hammer here in the 9th end. First rock from Julia Coulter as requested by Colleen Jones right into the rings. She doesn't want anything out front anymore. She wants to keep it nice and which is why McEvoy wants the exact opposite. She wants guards out front, something for her to use later on in the end. So she's asked Jill Thomas to throw up a corner guard. Good corner guard put up by Jill Thomas for Team McEvoy. Colleen asking Julia Coulter just to come in and a little bump. Roll in for two. McEvoy will ignore those two stones and try to make a draw to come around the rock that she just threw. Looks like she's looking for another corner guard. That's exactly what she's going to get. So now she has two corners to utilize later on in this end. So those two guards thrown up by Team McEvoy are in the free guard zone, so Colleen can't do anything to hit them right now, but she certainly will once she gets the chance to. So right now she'll ask Mary Sue to throw up a center line rock. She might not want to. She's going to leave this one high, just to guard those two in the house and keep making life more difficult for Team McEvoy. But rest assured, those two yellows will be hit by Colleen here. Starting with Mary Sue's next one. So here comes Julie. Gonna ask Sheena Moore to come into the house and try to hit that. Hit the stone that's on the 4 foot from Colleen. At some point, she is going to have to move those stones around to give her a chance to score. Here's a rock from Sheena Moore. Just waiting for it to curl off that yellow guard. Did it go? It didn't curl quite enough, but she did get a break. She just kissed off her own guard and made contact with the stone of Jones that was in the 8 foot. A little roll on the other side of the house. Going to make Jones think a little bit here about what she's going to do. She's going to play it tight, try to get rid of that yellow rock that's in the house. If it over curls, like it has been anyway, she wouldn't be too upset with taking care of that front guard, but main thing right now for Mary Sue is to come down and get rid of that yellow one that's in the house and maybe get a little flop over in front of their own. Looks like she's pretty tight to that guard. But she might get both guards moving though, which she did. A little jam, and she got her own, moved her own too off the center line. So not the desired result, but they'll certainly take that and get rid of some of those guards out front. Give McEvoy a little less to work with here later on in this end. Jones still sitting shot. McEvoy's number 2. So Julie McEvoy to come down to that blue rock that's in the 4-foot and just bump it back. Not looking for a huge weight here, more of a bumper type weight. Just enough to... Oh, it's coming in. Jen Krause working on that, make sure she's by the guard. Now she's going to get it by her own. It's going to be tight. And she did. Great shot by Sheena Moore. Great shot. Leaves Krause. Leaves McEvoy sitting 2. Couldn't do much more with it than that. Both those rocks are exposed, but down to mate rock, so it'll be Colleen Jones' first rock here on the 9th end. She can make a thin double here. Get rid of both of those. Even if she only gets rid of one, it's not too bad. You want to get rid of one for sure. You got a 3-point lead. And you don't want to give up a big end here. You'd like to not, even a deuce. Not ideal, but it's not the end of the world. You'd be coming home 1-up with hammer, but if you could force McEvoy here to take 1, that would be optimum for Colleen. Be up 2 with hammer coming home. It's a real tough battle for McEvoy to overcome. Rocks on the way from Colleen. Radford working on it. Trying to keep her straight. Is she going to make the thin double? It's through the hole. She's got one. Oh, just one. Chipped out the other Yellowstone to the far rings, but that's pretty much almost unhittable where it is now. So, opportunity for McEvoy here. She can ask Jennifer Krause to pop that one that Jones just hit, and if she can get a little roll over on her own, then she can have 2 rocks behind that guard and try to utilize that lone yellow guard out on the wings. Rocks on the way from Krause, really working it hard are Moore and Thomas. Trying to get it by that guard. They're trying to keep it straight. They're by the guard, but they're not going to roll. They get a little roll towards the center line, but still certainly hittable for Colleen. In fact, if she hits it on the right angle, she could make a double here. Yeah, that was an opportunity for McEvoy right there. They really needed to get that roll the other way behind to try to utilize that guard. The tiniest of mistakes can come back to haunt you. And here we go with Colleen. There's Radford really working at trying to get it by that guard. Here comes the guard. They're by the guard. Question is, are they going to make the double? She rolled over. No. McEvoy still sitting 1. Great sweep by Radford there to keep that, get that by the guard. We have our first final of the day. Kristen McDermott defeated Miriam Mickelton Driscoll. They didn't put up the 8th end, but the score after 7 was 8-3, so I have to assume something happened in the 8th to make them shake hands. So Mickelton Driscoll goes down to 0-2. Kristen McDermott up to 2-0. Congratulations to Team McDermott. Rock on the way here from Jennifer Krause. Looking for a draw just to bring her into the 4-foot. Be sitting 2. And she's sliding a bit deep, back 4-foot now. It is a little bit exposed. Actually, it's probably totally exposed. My angle here is just off a little bit from behind the sheet, but certainly hittable for Kim Kelly. You don't want to play a draw at this point. You know, if it's earlier in the game, maybe, but here you are, you're up 3. Last thing you want to do is throw a draw and come up light, or and give McEvoy a chance for a crooked number. So play the hit, get rid of it. Force McEvoy to make a couple of shots to get her deuce, and then have the hammer coming home. So be Kim Kelly's first rock here on the 9th end. Not playing big weight in a hacker board weight hit with this one. Mary Sue Radford just trying to keep it straight a little bit. Spy the guard. There we go. Just a really nice weight throw by Kim Kelly right to the nose, tapping it out. She's hitting one. Great throw. Great sweep. Great call. Julie McEvoy now would like just to make that hit on that rock thrown by Kim Kelly, but if she can get a roll over to guard, sit two, really put some pressure on Kim's last rock, make a decision as to exactly what they want to do. McEvoy can make a really good shot here. It opens up the opportunity for a possible three. Real coming up from Julie. She's taking a little more ice than Kim Kelly did because she wants to hit less of the rock. Get a nice little outside roll. There's the throw. Moore working on it. And there goes Moore. Moore and Thomas trying to keep that rock straight. Don't want to overcurl. There's the hit. They're going to get like a little roll, not quite enough. But those are the kind of things that when you make those kind of mistakes, that doesn't allow you to get that big number. So open hit here for Kim Kelly. She can get a hit and roll towards the center line. Put some more pressure on McEvoy. If she happens to get this buried, force McEvoy into a draw for one. Really put some pressure on her. A hit here for Kim Kelly would really put a lot of pressure on McEvoy for the rest of the games. Rocks on the way from Kelly. There's the hit. Didn't get any roll, but that's nothing wrong with that. Now she's forced McEvoy into making a very makeable open hit to get her deuce. Thing here from McEvoy is not to lose concentration. This is a big shot. You do not want to pull away. You've got a two staring you in the face. You'd be down one coming home without hammer. Not unattainable, but you don't want to lose concentration right here and overthrow this or underthrow this and have your roll out or wick on the guard and either take one or give Colleen steal. Steal a one here would essentially end it right now. So you still got to stay focused, even though it's a relatively easy shot. There's the shot throw, and then Moore and Thomas right on it right away, right out of her hand. I think they're more just for direction than anything else. And they're a great shot by McEvoy. Nose hit, sticks it, gets her two. And Jones has a 7-6 lead coming home after 9. Well played in both teams. McEvoy gets her deuce, which really was a must. She really needed to get two there. Had the opportunity for three, couldn't quite capitalize, but two. She'll certainly take the two and take her chances coming home in the 10th end. So we're 10th end here at the Dartmouth Curling Club. Nova Scotia Ladies Scotties Tournament of Hearts. Team Jones, Team McEvoy. 7-6 lead for Colleen. First rock on the way from Jill Thomas. No doubt that Julie's going to want this out. She needs a couple guards in play just to give her a chance to come around them later on. She needs to steal at least one here to force an extra end. And Colleen will be doing her best to prevent that from happening. Nice rock from Jill Thomas. Not quite biting the center line, but still protecting a lot of the forefoot. This is a throw from Colleen Jones asking Julia Coulter for a little tick shot and try and move that rock off the center line. She can't remove it from play. It is in the free guard zone, but she can certainly move it around. This looks like a pretty good shot. Just moved. What a great shot by Julia Coulter. Took that shot, that yellow rock from Team McEvoy, and moved it right off center line, right out to the wings. Really doesn't do much for Julie McEvoy now. Really nice touch shot.
I'll send it when I get home.
So Julie will ask Jill Thomas to replace it, put it back on the center line guard. This one looks like it's got more weight to it than the first one, though. She definitely does not want this to slip into the house. If this slips into the house, that'd be a big miss. Big opportunity. Here it comes. Right into the house. It's coming. Great opportunity. Big miss for Jill Thomas on that rock. Rock hadn't even stopped moving, and Colleen had him down next to it, ready to play the hit. So McEvoy really needed that rock to stay up front into the free guard zone, so couldn't be removed. But Coulter now with the opportunity to remove it. You're really counting stones now, and your team keep moving those yellow stones to the back rack. Then really doesn't help a lot for give McEvoy much of a chance. Little hit for Coulter. There comes McEvoy asking for another guard from Sheena this time. From here, Colleen will be looking to remove any yellow stones that are still in play. She'll have to be careful not to jam, and that's the reason McEvoy's throwing this up. She knows Colleen's going to go after it, so she's going to need a break here at some point to steal. Going to need a miss from somebody on Team Jones. Good throw from Sheena Moore. Another guard. Colleen will, I would think, would run right up to that to try and remove it. Which she will. She has to be careful. There are two other rocks in front of the house that if the angles aren't quite right, there's a possible hit and roll in or jam, but with Colleen's experience, I'm sure she's already taken a look at that and knows exactly where she wants to hit this so that it doesn't cause her any more damage. So Kim Kelly really working it, trying to keep her straight. They'd like to hit this on an angle, like to roll their shooter away, which they've done successfully. There you go, great shot by Mary Sue. And Julie will call for the guard again from Sheena. Now there's another rock out front, so with every rock that gets put up front, that's good for McEvoy. Chance for something to jam into, bounce off. She's going to need a break here at some point to give her a chance to steal one this end. As you see, Jones has a rock that's almost biting the forefoot, so at some point she's going to have to make a play on that if things don't bounce her way here in the next couple of rocks. Center line guard from Moore, great shot. Colleen will run up there. And looking for the same result from Mary Sue Radford. Not want this to overcurl and jam on the rock that's in the house. You want to hit it pretty much where Colleen's drum is. Push it back to the house, have her shooter roll away. Release by Radford. Nobody's laying a broom to it, just a little cleaning from Julia Coulter. That's exactly what's going to happen. Pick it off through the house, and she got rid of one of her own as well. So that's fine as kind. Less rocks out front, the better it is for Team Jones. Now that rock did finish. The shooter just finished on the center line, so I mean McEvoy's going to have to make a play. 4-foot at some point. She's not doing it right now. Looks like she's asking Jennifer Kraus to throw another centerline guard. So more junk, more junk, more junk until probably right up until Julie McEvoy's last one, when she'll try to come in and outdraw that one that's in the house and see if she can put some pressure on Colleen for her final one. Sheet B, game between Breen and Hilliard is in their 10th end. Teresa Breen has a 8-7 lead, playing the and Tanya Hilliard has hammer. Right now, Teresa Breen has a rock full 4-foot with buried right now between three out front, behind three yellow guards. So she's in control of this end. That rocked by another guard by Team McEvoy up front. Colleen's looking to get rid of it. Let's see what happens. That one's curling a lot, and it's going to wreck off the yellow one and just roll in a little bit. So bring that other yellow rock into a little closer to the rings, but not any damage yet. No real fear for Jones yet. We'll call for another guard, this time Jennifer Kraus. Rock on the way from Kraus. Moore and Thomas really working at trying to get across the hog line. I don't know if it's going to get there. Oh, big mistake there from McEvoy's team. Just pulled the string on that one. Now here's the thing about having the lead and the hammer in the last end. Colleen will be removing her own stone. You don't see that too often, but had Kraus been able to get that rock of hers across the center line, then it would be a yellow rock. But at this point, they're peeling their own because they know that's a rock that that Kraus can use, or sorry, that McEvoy can use. So great shot by Colleen. Peel their own rock off the center line. Shooter rolls away. So there's really not much left for Kraus to hide, or for McEvoy to hide behind. Jill has two rocks left. She's going to have to make a play on that one in the 4-foot at some point. Looks like they're looking up to Bruce for a little guidance here. Timeout's been called. Bruce will be coming down to offer his words of wisdom to them. Question is, do you make a play on that one now and try to roll to the wings, or do you throw up another guard and hope for a mistake from Kim Kelly in her first rock at this end? You're still going to need at least one miss from Kim Kelly. No matter which one. I guess you're probably hoping for a miss on her last one to give you a chance for the steal. If McEvoy hits this one now and can roll over for shot, Kim Kelly could play a draw. She might want to peel some more cards. There's the opportunities for Jones here are, there's a couple opportunities for what she could do. Right here with McEvoy, again, it's one of two things. She's either hitting that stone, flopping over, throw up another guard and hope for a miss from Kim Kelly. A nose hit or not roll away, give her a chance to hide behind something. There's really nowhere to hide for McEvoy right now. Even if she outdraws the rock that's in the house right now, it'd be a matter of a bump back, or if she's not buried, an open hit for Kim Kelly. So, update on sheet E. Jill Brothers took one in the 9th end. She's down 7-4 to Marianne Arsenault, playing their 10th end. Lead rocks on the way, so Marianne will be looking to keep that pretty much clean for the rest of this game. Take her record to 2-0. Hilliard and Breen on sheet B. We're down to skip rocks right now. Nope, sorry, we're on mate rocks. Get ahead of myself. Teresa Breen still with one on the 4-foot, sitting one, but there's a lot less guards out front now, so Hilliard still might be in line to get her two to try and win this game. All right, Team McEvoy's made the decision of what they're going to do. Looks like they're going to be throwing a guard, I would say. It's certainly not hit ice. Here comes the rock from Julie McEvoy. Looks like they're trying to come around that one, or at least corner freeze to it. Moore and Thomas really work, trying to bring that rock in as deep as they possibly can. Here we go. Well, it's something. They're going to make Kim Kelly. Tim's definitely going to make a play on that. So no doubt that McEvoy's hoping for a jam here from Kim Kelly. Kim makes the perfect peel, then it'll definitely be a hit and roll to the wings and try and force Kim to outdraw them. First things first, though, Kim will try to get rid of that yellow rock. Great shot on sheet B by Amanda Simpson, I believe that was. I'm going to look that up. Tanya Hilliard's mate. Oh, Taylor Clark, sorry. There's a shot by Kim Kelly, removing that yellow rock, rolling totally away, so. Julie McEvoy. They're going to have to play the hit and roll. Try and get behind cover. And hoping for a miss from Kim Kelly in her last one. Sheet E and Marianne Arsenault keeping things pretty clean over there in her game against Jill Brothers. And a real battle going on at sheet B between Teresa Breen and Tanya Hilliard. Sheet C, games ended after 7 complete ends. Krista McDermott with an 8-3 win over Mary Miketon Driscoll. All right, last rock coming up for Julie McEvoy here. Needs to make the hit and roll, stick around. The rock's curling up for her. They're trying to get a little roll. There's the hit. And there's a little bit of a roll, so that rock is rolled. I think it rolled far enough that Kim Kelly will not make a play on it. She's just going to play a draw, trying to get full 8. And if you remember back in the 4th and 6th ends, Kim had to make a draw on both of those ends, and she made it. So that's where that experience comes into play, knowing which side of the ice, how much is curling, what the weight is. So Kim will draw on that knowledge that they had from earlier in this game. You know, she's playing the in turn, which is the different turn than she played both previous times, but I suspect she's confident with the weight, and her sweepers are confident with the time. So here we go, last rock on the way. McEvoy really needs a miss from Kim here to extend this game. If not, then this one's going to be over. Here we go with Radford and Coulter really working it. Here comes Jones going out to help them. That looks like it's coming up. Looks like it might become a little bit light. Radford backs off. Jones and Coulter working it. They need full 8. And it looks like it's going to get in there nice. And there it is. Great sweeping from Jones, Radford, and Coulter gives Team Jones the win. They take their 1 in 10th end, and they win the game 8-6. Well played, both teams. McEvoy got her guards up front, and Jones was able to clear them off until the very end. Great shot by Kim Kelly to win that game. I think that just about does it for our morning coverage here of the Scotties Ladies Tournament of Hearts here from the Dartmouth Curling. men's Delight Tankard takes back over the ice at 2 o'clock this afternoon, and the ladies are back on tonight at 7 for Draw 3. So thanks for tuning in to Bell live stream, and if you get the opportunity, come on down and watch some live curling. If not, make sure you tune in later on. Thanks for tuning in today, and have a great day.